Hello, Hello, Cancer friends. Welcome to your November 2019 reading. I wasn't able to give a reading back in October because I was just not feeling it, so I'll just skip that all together. So now I'm back for November 2019, and let me just introduce you guys to the format of the reading. So it's going to be your general reading, followed by an advice card, and then there will be a career reading, and then a love reading, just a little bit of message, and then 4 advice cards for the month of November. And then the 2 of the cards will be coming from the Angels of Abundance, and the other 2 will be coming from the Wild Offerings Oracle card, which is new. Sorry, it's new, and I just got them, and I'm really excited because the illustrations of that oracle cards are just so pretty. Okay, let me start with the reading. I'm going to change a little bit of how I'm going to approach your reading because I felt like I need to do it in this way. Okay, so let me tell you that the first card is you're being represented by the Queen of Spades, and it feels like you are bounded by something. It feels like you are bounded by an agreement or a contract or work, or maybe a relationship wherein you have promised to be together or whatever. So it feels like your hands are tied with a situation that you are in, and you guys are just feeling as if you cannot do anything, but you just have to continue. You are thinking of ways of how to deal with your life or how to deal with your situation, but then there's not much that you can do because you are somehow just have to keep moving forward and just keep on working, or just keep on staying on the things that you have on your plate right now. And it feels like you guys have so much burden when it comes to it's either your work or your relationship. It feels like in that way, it feels like there's nothing much you can do. And I want you guys to feel okay, you're just continuing, you're just going with the flow, you're just working things out, and it feels like other people around you are turning their heads or turning their back against you, or maybe they're changing directions. There's about the U-turn from them. And in the future, I want you guys to be a little bit more careful of the things that you're going to say, the things you're going to decide on, things you're going to do, because I feel like many of your situation is just about not having the gratitude enough to actually appreciate the things that you have. It's that feeling of not being contented, the feeling of not having enough, or just not, maybe for some of you maybe are just too greedy and you just want to have more, and it doesn't matter what is it that you have already and what you will have in the future. You're just not feeling contented in here. Now, I just went through all the cards, and collectively, these are all telling me that you guys have been tied up in this situation that you are in, but somehow you just have to let it flow, let the things that you have right now just go through it all, because it's some kind of process to me. It feels like as if you are in this tunnel wherein it feels like it's so dark, but the light is just there, you can see it, and you just keep on walking, keep on running, and you will get there eventually. So for me, the whole reading, the whole card that I'm seeing right now, even though you feel like there's nothing that much you can do, it's going to end. The light will come soon anyway. So it's a matter of just letting all these energies flow down and just go through it, and just feel as if there's no much there's not much you can do right now, and just go with it. Just let it flow and just let it fly, whatever words that you want to use. Just let it fly. There's nothing too bad here. It's just that you're feeling like as if that you're helpless. Okay, now your first card is God is your source. Let me read this for you guys. It's saying here that everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens a doorway to receive. In God there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Okay? Just let it flow. Just let it flow. It's not, I don't feel like it's, the cards told me everything, but the main theme for many of you guys out there is that there's not enough. It feels like there's just not, or you have no control. Okay, now let me go through your career reading. I feel like for many of you, you guys are just working hard, but you guys are not exactly, you're represented by the King of Clubs, and it tells me that you guys are just moving forward, but you're just like moving forward without actually looking at things, or not paying much attention to where you are going. So it feels like it's as if that you are running, you're wandering around, and you're trying to get to the finish line, but with your eyes closed because you are just so tired. You're just so tired. You just don't want to do it anymore, but you know you just got to do it. Just be very careful, but because there are obstacles around you that you may not be fully aware of. Just be very careful of those, because the moment you trip on them, it feels like there will be, very not so good consequences. And it's being represented by the four of clubs and the 9 of spade. Just be very careful and try to look at the details somehow. Even though you are getting tired of things, it feels like you guys are just not moving enough or improving, or feels like you are not in control of the things that you are working on. Just know that even though it feels like that, you still have to be very careful of the things that you're signing, papers that are papers that you are signing, and things that you are getting yourself into. Okay, so love reading. So it feels like for many of you guys, for many of the singles out there, if you are trying to date someone, or you're attracted to someone, it feels like as if this is you. I have a strong connection of you being this. I have this very strong intuitive association of the Jack of Hearts being you, and this is the person that you are. This is the person that you are attracted to, and it feels like this person has already been. If you can see, this person is moving away or looking away from you. The reason is because I feel like this person has been trying to get your attention, but then you were not available or something. So there's a change of direction, and this person is actually moving away from you or not paying that much attention to you, and you're actually now noticing them, like what happened to you, like why you're not chasing me anymore. So it feels like that, guys. If you are if you are married or with a partner, or you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, it just feels like that you guys are maybe finding yourself trying to comfort the other person because maybe they needed you, or maybe you said something wrong, and you were trying to get their affection back. So it's just feeling in that way. So there's this some form of neglect on your part, maybe, or maybe at least the other person is feeling that you have neglected them. So just be careful of that too. And finally, you know what? It's either you or the other person is going to confess their feelings to each other, or to you guys, and it's a nice change after all of these readings that I have told you guys. It feels totally new to me, and it's a good feeling, you know, if someone confessed their love, or you did. It's a feeling of having the courage to actually say things and actually listen to those things, or listen to those words. And for some reason I'm feeling kind of excited, because it's not always that I think this may be the first time I have encountered this combination of cards in when I'm reading cards online. So yeah, it's just something that you have to look forward to. Okay, now first advice card is do the work. It's saying here that it's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Next card. Challenges. It's saying here that unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Next card is take a divinely guided change. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories as you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you. You make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. And positivity. And it's saying here that if you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situation. So that's it, my Cancer friends, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you do the best, and I'll see you in the next month. Bye.